Hey RAD Camp family, my name is Tommy Stevens and I'm going to be showing you a really fun experiment today. It is one of the favorite experiments that we have at RAD Camp. We're going to be creating a non-Newtonian fluid called oobleck goo. It's non-Newtonian. Non-Newtonian. That wasn't right. Non-Newtonian. Okay? So the Newtonian fluids, they get to move. They're like water, milk, all that fun stuff. But this one is different. It does not move it only moves when you are not touching it. So if you touch it and you put pressure against it, then it turns into a solid. It's super fun. I know that everybody likes to do it. So I'm gonna move on and tell you what you need to make oobleck goo. All right, what you need is cornstarch, okay, and water. I'm going to be making one with 1 cup of cornstarch. That was a lie. No. 1.5 cups of cornstarch and 1 cup of water. Okay? So that is the ratio that I'm going to start with. And I'm going to just fluidly add water or cornstarch as the thickness doesn't seem to work right. Okay? And to make it a fun color, I'm going to add some food coloring. It's green, I think. I hope. Okay? So, you should have cornstarch at home. You should have water at home. You might not have food coloring, but you don't have to use the food coloring. Okay? But, I'm not sure if I have enough cornstarch with this. Hold on. I got some more cornstarch. Just a couple bits. The first thing I'm going to do is open the cornstarch. Or like actually open the cornstarch. So what you want to do before you get this is a fun activity that we have been doing for a long time at camp. It is very messy, but it's easy to wash off, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is get my 1.5 cup measure and get me 1.5 cups of cornstarch. Oh, it's getting everywhere. All right, hands are already white. Cornstarch in. That got everywhere. Okay. Next, I've already poured out my water. I'm going to pour my water in. So, if you see, let me bring it over. It looks kind of just like very fluid. Hold on. That's what it looks like right now. I am going to mix it with my hands. Like so, with 2 hands. You want to use 2 hands to get it all mixed up really well. Make sure that the cornstarch has absorbed all of the water. Okay? Now, it got a little messy. This does not seem like the right amount of cornstarch. But the cool thing about this is once everything is mixed together, you could just keep adding cornstarch, okay? To make it the thickness that you need. So what I'm going to do now is escape for a second. And I'm going to put my food coloring inside. I put my food coloring inside here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was probably too much. And I'm going to mix and mix and mix now. Okay? Let's mix the food coloring together. Whoa. Oh, wow. This is turning like Hulk green. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what I'm going to do is show you. I got my camera and show you what this looks like right now. Bum, ba, dum, bum. Okay, so right now it's pretty liquidy. There's not, it looks very similar to just very cornstarchy water. That's green. I'm going to add some more cornstarch. I'm not measuring it, just a little bit to get it more goopy. More, to get the Newton out of the non-Newtonian fluid. Okay? And now, ooh, now look at that. That's much better. That's much better. Watch how it's moving around. That's much better. As the cornstarch hydrates and picks up the water, it'll turn into that fluid. And it'll go everywhere, and you'll get to use it as a solid and a liquid. Ooh, it's starting. Look at that. It's starting to get really thick. This is one of my favorite experiments because it's super easy, hands-on, and fun. Everybody likes it. And it's just cool. You can make drip artwork with it, let it dry and harden. You can do a lot of fun stuff with this. Hey, welcome back, guys. So, my oobleck goo is pretty gooey now. It's gotten pretty gooey. So what I'm gonna do is show you some fun stuff that you could do with your goo. So what you could do is just grab a handful, let it run through your fingers like this. You could also grab a handful and hit it. Watch, if I'm moving it around, it gets very solid, but when you leave it alone, it's a liquid. I gotta pat my hands to make sure that it stays good. And this is fun. It feels really, really cool. It's a little weird. It's wet and solid at the same time. It's almost like you're rubbing your fingers through the mud. I like it a lot. Like a lot. So, and the more that you let this sit, the goopier it will get. Because the cornstarch will continue to soak up the water. And I'm going to let this just kind of sit for another 20 minutes or so. Hey everybody, now that we're done making our oobleck goo, you're going to look at it, it's pretty gooey and ooblecky. I'm going to show you how you can play with it and how you can store it. Okay? Alright. There we go. Okay. So, what I'm going to do first, you can just kind of move your hands around, feel how it feels. It's feeling very, very thick and runny at the same time. If you put pressure on it, if you squeeze, it's very thick. But if you let it just kind of like go, it seeps right out of your hands. If I get a bit too... I might not be able to do this. Alright, big piece, and look. You squeeze it, it turns into a solid. If you let go, it runs out. If you squeeze your hands solid, let go, it runs out. Alright? You can do whatever you want with it. If you have a really cool speaker, put plastic wrap like this on top of your speaker. Play some cool music and put the non-Newtonian fluid on top and watch it just bounce and bounce and bounce. Like it's bouncing off of my hand. Alright? And if you want to save your, if you're done with your ubaku and you want to save it, cover it in plastic wrap. Make sure that it's tight on the top, and that way you have enough. You retain the moisture within the ubaku. All right, that's it, guys.